A DF. Can I hear myself? A DAF Media first here on the. It's girls tennis on the brand new Darien courts, and there's no better game to start with than an FCIAC playoff game. FCIAC quarterfinal matchup between the visiting A-seeded Rams, or excuse me, the A-seeded Ridgefield Tigers and the 1-seeded Darien Blue Wave. Back here on the DAF Media Network with girls tennis, a first for the DAF Media Network. I'm Ted Brennan alongside Dave Donnelly, and figuring out some technical issues as we are here at the new Darien courts. And Dave, we have an FCIAC quarterfinal matchup today between the visiting Ridgefield Tigers, who are the A seed coming into this matchup, and the 1-seeded Darien Blue Wave. What can you tell me about this Darien team?
The Darien team's had a great season all year. As you said, they're the #1 seed. I believe they're 14-1 in the regular season, and the most appropriate word for this team is just depth. They have a lot of just strength up and down the lineup. And they played this Ridgefield team a couple weeks ago, and looks to be a with the talent they have on the court, they're gonna give a lot of trouble to Ridgefield today, but we'll see how it goes. This team's been playing really well.
Ridgefield comes into this one 8-6, amassing 16 points on the season. They will look to pull off a huge upset against the Darien Blue Wave, who, as Dave described, has depth, and they've been dominant at 14-1 with their only loss of the season, 4-3 against a tough Fairfield Ludlow team.
Yep, there were several 3-set matches in that Ludlow match, and Darien didn't prevail, but they're definitely they're at full strength. They have the full roster here and looking to play some good tennis today.
The Ridgefield Tigers come into this one beating the 9-seeded St. Joe's Cadets 4-3 in their FCIAC playdown, narrowly escaping with a playoff victory. And Darien, they come into this one beating Bridgeport Central, the 16 seed, in their last matchup. We're going to take a quick look at the court assignments. So starting off, hey, we almost had sound there. Starting off for the Blue Wave, on court 1, we're going to have Natalia Rosef for Ridgefield facing off against Emily Wiley for Darien. In court 2, it's Snay Dagger and Sarah Donnelly. In court 3, it's Ava Treat and Emmeline Wang. Court 4, Cecilia O'Malley and Ava DeCastro. And then in the doubles region on court 1, it'll be it'll be Alexis Zakharos and Megan Dunphy facing off against Caroline Holmes and Katie Wiley. In court 2, it'll be Isabel Volmicki and Catherine Bucci facing off against Daniela Castellanos and Grace Altoff. And in court 3, it'll be Tara Ford and Hannah Zipkine facing Cameron Cavana and Juliet Johnson.
And for those of you out there, as with all the tournaments all the matches that they play, it's really the first to 4 that wins. They play all 7 matches, but once one team gets 4, the match is effectively over, and they're just finishing out play.
1 and 2. We don't have 3 right now. 4 is there, and that's 6 or 5. Wait, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. We have 1, 2, 4.
If you want to put the mic just a little closer to your mouth, kind of like this. There you go. Yeah, you don't have to have the wire twisted like that. You can just let it hang. All right.
Shouldn't they have started yet?
Yeah, have that started or?
It's typically about a 10-minute warm-up period. Once they've done between 5 and 10 serves each, it pretty much gets going.
Do they usually keep score?
Yeah.
Do they put a ball on?
Exactly. They have the scoring towers on the side.
Right now, both teams are in their warm-up, as it's typically about a 10-minute warm-up, as Dave was explaining to us here. In the last match for Ridgefield, we'll go over a little bit of some stats. Roseff was defeated in her match against St. Joe's 6-3, 6-1. However, Snay Dagger won her match 6-4, 6-2. Ava Treat won hers 6-3, 6-0. And then Cecilia O'Malley lost hers 6-2, 6-0. So some good balance for this Ridgefield Tigers squad. And then in the doubles, Dunphy and Zakharos won 6-2, 6-1. Bucci and Volmek were defeated 6-2, 6-3. And then Molly Moriarty and Amanda Roberts won 6-3, 6-3.
And once you get to the FCIACs, the rosters tend to be pretty static. A lot of teams like to play around with different formations during the regular season, but they try to put out their best roster, obviously, for the playoffs. So.
And Dave, after a year away from the game last year, of course, due to COVID, I'm sure these girls are very excited to be out here competing for an FCIAC title.
They definitely are. I know that tennis is one of those unique sports where, there's not a lot of team, especially as you come up and you get, through the ranks and play. A lot of these girls play USTA tournaments. Once you get to the high school, you're able to be on a team, and it's a different dynamic. And I know both on the boys and girls sides, they love it. And they often just feed off one another, because it's one thing if you're losing by yourself, it's another thing if you're losing in a team context. So it's a change for these, especially the freshmen coming up haven't really had this before, but it's a lot of fun.
Darien is looking to win their first FCIAC title since 2017. And they're looking to avenge a couple of state and FCIAC tournament losses to Staples in the last few years. They did get a win versus Staples in the regular season, which I'm sure felt good for some of them, but I'm sure they'd like to see them in the playoffs and get a playoff win against the Staples team.
Yeah, on the boys' side, the Staples is the 1 seed and Darien is the 2 seed, so there's a lot of consistency between the boys and girls ranks in terms of the seedings.
Both programs have been dominant over the past couple of seasons. And even a year away from the game, they're still the 1s and the 2 seeds in their respective sides.
The Darien team has a good, it looks good for future years, because they have, while they are losing 5 seniors, they have, I believe, 5 juniors, 6 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. And there was a very large contingent of girls that came out, who tried out. So tennis is alive and well in Darien.
tennis is one of the few sports in this town that doesn't get enough recognition for how good they are, especially in these last couple of seasons. I know the boys in 2019 they won FCX and states. The girls of course won FCX in 2017, and they last won a CIAC title in 2015 in the Class L division. But it's one of those tennis is one of those programs that in a town of champions doesn't get enough recognition for being champions.
Definitely a lot of tennis players in Darien, and I don't think they do it necessarily for the recognition, because there's so many big programs. Darien's you can't even name on one hand how many teams they've had a lot of state titles at, but they're definitely a really strong team.
Sorry about that. Still figuring out all this. It'll be interesting to see how this all works out.
Still not seeing it. I'm just seeing the one that's looking at my bag, and that's it. The one that was frozen on the bench.
Yeah, so this is all of the graphical stuff. So I know it's a little tough to see, but we can put pretty much a lot of different things up.
I assume, like, after a set is done, we can show the scores with the names.
Yeah, we should be able to at least give the scores. So
Yeah, they're supposed to change those towers sections, but they don't always do it.
yeah.
Dave, we got the man camera up.
Finally getting started here with some girls tennis. Court 3 has started to play. That's Emmeline Wang versus Ava Treat.
And they're starting over on court 2 as well.
Court 1s and 2 look like they're about to start. Again, those matchups are Emily Wiley versus Natalia Rosef and Sarah Donnelly versus Shay Dagger.
And play is starting to break out across all courts. Court 3, Emmeline holds serve to go up 1-0, 1-love.
Let's go, Ava!
It's the first set won on DAF Media Network. Anybody playing DAF Media Trivia at home, keep that one in the record books.
Yes, now you got this.
Word is out they're banning left-handed players.
Looks like all of the singles courts are starting up officially.
Yep.
Doubles courts are still getting ready. viewers at home, you guys are taking a live look at courts 1 and 2, or the singles courts 1 and 2. In the top left, top right is doubles court 1, and then in the bottom left is the double court 2 with the scores in the bottom right.
Darien has a 1-love on court 1, singles 1.
It's Emily Wiley taking an early lead on Natalia Rosef.
Darien moves out to a 1-love lead on singles 2.
She was all finicky. She had it for a second. You're awesome.
lot of good matches right now. In the early games, players are feeling each other out, seeing what they think they can use to their advantage, or maybe looking for an opponent's weakness.
Court 3, new scoring update.
Yes, Emmeline Wong is up 2-1. Just started the fourth game. Some good rallies.
You got it. You got it. You're good. Come on.
Looks like the doubles courts are starting to pick up, starting to start some action.
Yeah, they've been playing for a while and still haven't used the scoring tower. I do not think it's love.
Looks like Wiley takes a 3-game lead over Rousseff on court 1.
And Sarah Donnelly is leading her opponent 2-0.
Oh, wait, do we got him in the camera, or is that just zoomed in? I guess we call it 2, 4, and 6. I don't know, I would just keep the where it is from the squad box. I don't want to start zooming in.
I mean, if you want, it's up to you. You're the director.
Gives you more to talk about.
You're the director. It's up to you.
Sorry, Snow. You got it. Sorry, Ava. Good idea. Good idea. Good idea. 30-40.
Sorry?
Go, Snag.
Yeah, we can do that. Brayden, you want to pick a match and isolate?
Serve.
Yeah, we can filter.
Yeah, let's focus on, what is this, middle? This is the middle one, third? Okay, cool. I'm going to focus on that. All right, switching. Live now, we're bringing you court 3 action between Wang and Treat.
Some good exchanges between these two.
Wang currently up 2-1 in games.
Yes, let's go. Come on, Snag. Keep it up.
Nice shot brought to you by our director, Brayden Shank.
A lot of technology here.
Shout out to the rest of our production crew, Jason Bellingham on one of the cameras and TJ Boucher on the other camera, with Damian Andrew working behind the scenes trying to get everything perfect here in this quarterfinal matchup between the 8-seeded Ridgefield Tigers and the 1-seeded Darien Blue Wave.
Okay, it's
Let's get it.
I mean, right now we're muted. You have the ambient sound on.
Go, Ava.
scoring update. It's now 3-2 on court 3. A very close matchup between the two competitors in Treat and Wong.
They're really moving each other around.
In the doubles court 1, looks like there's been some scoring updates.
Darien looks to be leading 1-0 on both doubles 1 and doubles 2.
And a reminder of the players in the doubles. On doubles 1, it's Alexis Zakharos and Megan Dunphy facing off against Caroline Holmes, and it's not Katie Wiley. That is someone else. I'll try to get the names quickly. And then in court 2, it's Isabel Volnicki and Catherine Bucci versus Daniela Castellanos and Grace Altoff.
Play has resumed on court 3. Ava Treat serving to Emmeline, down 2-3. Nice alley shot for Ridgefield, and dubs 1.
Yep, it's changed.
In that doubles court 1 matchup for Darien, it's Caroline Holmes and Catherine Rolap.
Come on, Paul, you got this. Don't snack. One at a time, you got it.
In court 1, Emily Wiley leads 3 games to none. In court 2, Donnelly leads 3 games to none. When they switch, they'll switch the score. Oh wow, she's up 5-0. Scoring update on court 1. Wiley leads 5-0 now. Looking live now at the doubles court 2 with Bucci and Volmik facing off against Castellanos and Althoff. The latter lead 1-0. On the first court, Wiley will take set 1. So have to win a second to win the the match for them.
And the doubles 2, Castellanos and Althoff are now up 3-love. So the early results, Darien is doing well.
Switching now to doubles 1. It's Holmes and Rolap up 1-love on Zacharakis and Dunphy. Singles 2 right now. It's Donnelly up 3-love, or 4-love, excuse me, on Dagger. Freshman versus freshman matchup in Dagger and Donnelly.
You can see Dagger has some very high-powered ground strokes, and Sarah Donnelly's been able to withstand them and get them back and make her hit the extra shots. It's good tennis all around.
On court 3, Wong is up on Treat 4-3, I believe. Looking live now at doubles one with Rolap and Holmes facing off against Zacharakis and Dunphy. They lead 3-love in favor of Darien. Dave, something that should not be understated today is the heat that is out here.
It is pretty hot, especially on court. And Darien is fortunate that all of these courts were redone last year, at the end of last year. So the courts are in fantastic shape, but it does get hot in the sun. Third set, the heat could be a factor if any of these go 3.
Singles 2, Donnelly leads 5-love now, needing one more game to win her first set. On singles score 1, it looks like Rosef has a 1-game lead on Wiley.
That's a strong start for Rosef. I believe she lost the first set 6-love, so it's important for her to get that first game and maybe try and turn things around.
I'd like to remind everyone that the DAF Media Network is a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Getting a look at court number 1, Rosef versus Wiley. Wiley won that first set 6-0. Rosef currently has a 1-game lead over Wiley.
Emily Wiley is an extremely consistent player. She can move really well, so if you want to beat her, you got to hit a lot of winners, and she runs a lot of things down.
On court 2 for doubles, Darien has a 3-game lead in the first set. Looking at Holmes, Rolap, Dunphy, Zacharakis, 3-love still. Update on singles 3. Long wins 2 straight games to take the lead back 5-4. On court 1, Wiley wins 2 straight to go up 2-1. on the far side, that's doubles 2. Castellanos and Althoff 5 games to none. Darien playing well early on.
Yeah, just updating people on the scores and shit. So does everybody just play one match? No, they play 2 matches. First to 4 matches wins.
Let's go, Ava.
Wait, I'm so confused. What do you mean? Okay, so one court is playing how many games? 6. Best of 6. Or first of 6. 6 games? And then whoever wins that, that's the winner of that one match. Sorry, say that again? So whoever wins those 6 games is the winner of that one match. Yeah, so like Wiley, right? She won 6 games in her first match or first set. So she takes set 1. That's why she has that second ball all the way at the top. Huh? Yeah, I see that. And right now she's up 2-1. And then the heck, that's like board. For this one right here, we're up 4-1. Right. Yeah. And then and then so if Wiley wins the second, Darien will take the first match. And it's best of 7.
Towel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Milan. You got it. You got it. Out. You're good, son. You're good.
Taking a look at the Castellanos, Althoff, and Volmic and Bucci match. 5 love in favor of the Wave.
Damien just can't get a stick.
Overhead winner for Althoff.
Joyce, now you got it. Spin up.
On doubles 1, it looks like it's 4-1 in favor of Darien.
And doubles 2 has won the first set.
Getting a look at doubles 1 right now.
Move the entire thing to the left. Move the entire thing.
On singles 2, Donnelly wins the first set. So Darien in 3 of the matches are up 1
You're only getting the left side.
to nothing in sets. Darien will look to close out both of those with a win.
Never mind, Dave. We were still zoomed in. You're good.
And it looks like Emmeline Wong wins set 1 for Darien. So that's 4 matches where Darien leads 1 love in sets. Darien coming to play so far early on.
Yeah, especially in the singles 3, that match went back and forth in the first set. I think Ava Treat had her chances, and Emmeline was able to prevail, go up a set.
How important is it to win that first set, in your opinion?
Well, tennis is unique, and unlike most sports, where if you're losing at halftime in soccer, you're in the first half, you're losing in the second half. You do get that blank slate, and some players get a chance to readjust, and can come back and win the second set. But certainly, you want to win that first set. Just puts a lot more pressure on the other team. The format here is a full third set if they split.
Yeah, but I didn't realize it was going to be burger night tonight. My mom's making burgers tonight.
Let's go, Snake.
So I want to get home for burger night.
Great catch, Snake. Great catch. That was good. Yeah, you got it.
I mean, I'm not ordering food because my DoorDash is with my mom's credit cards because I haven't gotten credit cards yet. So using that. So like if you have a DoorDash app with your credit card, that would be great. You should be calling out my dad's credit card. I don't even have a credit card yet. Because I don't need one. I'm paying cash, man. You want to go to cash one? Because of money laundering? Yeah. What's up, Kurt?
Looking at court 3, Wong winning that first set 6-4.
Emmeline has a strong serve. And she, one of the big things you look to do in tennis, especially, is to get as many what they call free points on your serve, where you either hit an ace or you don't get it back, and she gets her fair share of them and puts a lot of pressure on the opponent and takes a lot of pressure off your game. So Emmeline gets a free point to win the first game in the second set, and she's up 1-love. There hasn't been a score update over on singles 1, but it looks like it's 4-1 Emily Wiley in the second set.
Looks like on doubles 1, Ridgefield takes the first game. And then that's doubles 2. Doubles 1, it's 5-2 in favor of Darien.
Yeah, there's been a lot of ferocious back and forth and net points on doubles 1. A lot of good hands on both sides.
Teach, where did Kurt go? I don't know, man. We have a cheerleading team? Teach. Teach. We have a cheerleading team? Since when? Are you gonna cover the cheerleading match? You guys can. I'll stay far away. I just thought that was like another team that hired. Who's playing? Oh, the baseball team's on today. Oh, the quick stable. Dude, I was supposed to film that. Damon told me to come here and start. I know, I wanted to do that one. I know, I'd much rather do that. Is that Sarah? Better not be. Sarah who? Boxing. Why would she be here? Because she's Sarah. Yeah, but where? I'm running away.
Baseball that she didn't want to go.
Well, yeah, because now Jake proposed the other day. She was running the trail. I think you just have hallucinations because you're so scared of her. Yes, that's exactly the thing.
I think we might be.
Sarah said
You're driving, we just see her on
the
Saturday.
mic was on Monday, and Sarah was like, I hate birds.
She's like, what?
She said, I hate birds. Yeah, she was like, I hate birds. So annoying. And I was like, glad that the mic's caught that. Bro, did she have it on her head? No, it was like over here. She was like over here. Did you go back and see if you hear it? I haven't. I should check. Let's provide another update. Looks like Wang won game 1.
On court or singles 3, Long takes game 1 in the second set, and Donnelly also takes game 1 of the second set. And set 1 on doubles, still Darien.
Doubles 1, these are long points. They're going back and forth. Another volley winner for Ridgefield.
On doubles 1, Ridgefield is trying to claw back into it. They were down 5-love, and right now it's 5-2. And
Sorry, Tal. Good point. Sorry. 30 left.
Bro, want to take a seat on the bench?
She'll feel that tight. Stretch your legs more. You get better shape, but
I did need to get better shape.
dude, oh my god, Ohio people are in great shape.
No, Ohio people are fine.
Talking about that. Ohio's known for having
Obesity. Go out there and
Ohio
just
State probably super healthy people.
Good point today.
lots of McDonald's. Lots of McDonald's.
Yeah.
Great point.
I drove out there in
40 left.
March of last year to go pick up my sister for Corona. Oh, your sister goes in? Yeah. And we're like passing, me and my dad were like driving up there and it's like, another McDonald's. Hey, you wanna go to McDonald's? There's none around.
Hey, what do you have going through this?
Just the ambient sound from that mic.
Ow. Yeah.
yesterday, I was saying whack, and then somebody was like, me watching tennis, whack, whack. I love that. That was so funny. Ooh. Time driven. Gonna provide a scoring update.
On doubles one, the Tigers have made it a very competitive set one, 5-4, still in favor of Darien. But after having a 5-love deficit, they've won 4 straight.
Darien trying to serve out the first set there. This is a big game.
Singles 2, Donnelly leads 3 sets to love.
3 games to love in the
Or
second.
3 games. Taking a look at the Wong versus Treat match up.
We're behind a game here, or 2.
And it looks like Wiley won set 2 over on singles 1. So Darien will take a match early on.
So, as we said earlier, it's the first team to win 4 matches. Darien has drawn first blood with the first win. That's a nice shot on the singles 3 by Ava Treat to pass Emmeline.
Wiley beats Rosef 6-0 and then 6-1.
And now that one of the courts is freed up, on court 1 you will see either singles 4 or doubles 3 will now start warming up.
It will either be the singles matchup between Ava DeCastro and Cecilia O'Malley, or the doubles matchup between Cameron Cavanagh and Juliet Johnson versus Tara Ford and Hannah Zipkine. The court 1 matchup will be Ava DeCastro of Darien facing off against Cecilia O'Malley of Ridgefield. Court 3, it's 3-love in favor of Emmeline Wang. And on court 2, Donnelly leads 3-love, and Darien will take the first set in the doubles 1 matchup, as that was a big first set to win after a very close game 1. Or set 1, I should say. On doubles 2, Darien leads 2-1. On singles 2, Donnelly takes a 5-love lead in her second set. She'll look to close that one out.
And Emmeline Wang has also jumped out to a 3-love lead in the second set. So things look pretty good for Darien. They're up a set in every match that is currently playing. And singles 4 has taken the court and is in warm-up.
Taking a live look at the Donnelly Dagger matchup. Donnelly will look to close out this 6th game to win Darien's second match.
And the shadows are coming in here. Can certainly be a bit of a factor.
Although I'm sure it will help with the heat.
Yes.
Get some of the players in the shade.
see a great shot in the match, but it's not on the screen, so I feel like
Yeah, in Dream World, we watch one match, we get like 15 love on the board, we keep like it's tough when you got so many.
well, if you had one, you could.
It's a good step in the right direction.
This is not easy. This is one of the hardest sports.
We're at least the first one in the FCIAC, if not the state, to do this. Do an actual live stream. They're going to after they watch this, just like they do everything else. So the boys the same, they play 5 at once?
Yeah.
Because you get dropped off here? They get dropped off here. They're seniors. I don't have my card again. Right where you have two cards.
6-0?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, like I have that. I wish.
And Darien wins singles 2. Sarah Donnelly beats
Sarah Donnelly
Dagger.
beats Snade Dagger.
6-1, 6 love. And Darien takes the match score up to 2 love in favor of Darien. And now doubles 3 will take the court for warm-up.
And it looks like singles 4 is almost ready to get started. And in doubles 1, Darien has a 1-game lead in the second set.
Still warming up.
Doubles 3 is officially warming up. It'll be Cameron Cavanna and Juliet Johnson for Darien, facing off against Tara Ford and Hannah Zipkin for Ridgefield. And it looks like the Castro and O'Connor matchup is, or excuse me, O'Malley matchup is starting soon. On doubles 2, it's 3-2 in favor of Darien. Close set, or excuse me, close game total in set number 2.
Singles 3. Darien moves up 4-1 in the second set.
I don't know, for some reason it was coming up bigger than the box. What do you mean it was coming up bigger? I'll show you. Guys, when I go down here, the board comes up bigger than the box.
Alright, so go to the.
I can get it that shot, but I can't crop it.
Okay, so you want to show that though, so go, that was the dominant camera, so can you push in on that?
On 4 right now?
No, go to 2, input 2, and go to the gear on input 2, and then bring that.
This is a different input, this is like 50 something.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that when you have a 1 shot on camera 2,
Yeah, it's this shot.
right.
Which is all cropped and good to go. It's just if we want to quad box it, we have to deal with the SD card.
Score update on doubles 1. Ridgefield takes 2 games in a row to make it 2-1 in favor of the Tigers in the second set.
So me, Trey, Sarah, and Mackenzie are going to be here. No, Trey, O'Shea. They're all seniors. And there's Kurt.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's the team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
scoring update on singles for DeCastro has a 1-game lead in the first set. Looks like in doubles too. Another scoring update, right, Dave?
Yep, the Ridgefield has come to take a 2-1 lead in the second set. Playing really well.
And then in doubles two, Darien has a 5-2 lead in the second set. So they'll look to close that one out and have Darien have 3 matches to Ridgefield's none.
Dude, I love a visor. You don't? Rock. I have like 4 at home.
I have 0. I can't rock an visor.
When I worked for UConn football, they had like everyone wore visors. And
Yeah, like all the managers in college schools wear visors.
like the police. Our equipment managers wore it all too. Never took it off.
I don't think so.
What kind? What? Maryland? What was it? Oh, Miami, Ohio.
What the XFL used to do? Did they have a camera guy on the field?
Best quarterback in the MAC.
Oh, really?
Vince McMahon, like in 2000.
Oh, yeah.
Good old
Did they
play.
send a guy on the field with a camera?
That's what it looked like.
You didn't see the documentary on it? The 30 for 30?
I did not.
Watch it. It's called This Is the XFL. Wait, do you remember the original XFL?
Yeah, absolutely.
Stupidest league.
The New Jersey Giants.
Yeah.
Almost done.
The New York Hitmen.
Now that wouldn't fly here.
Yes, I know.
I don't think you used to be able to do that. It's not much closer.
Still in search of the best pizza in Darien. No, outside of Darien.
Rico's.
Where is it?
Not in town.
I live like
favorite.
down by like Cove Island Park in Stanford. Like, cool pizzas. Colony's my favorite pizza. Colony slaps. Hot oil.
Greatest photo ever. And then his wedding photo is him saying, "I got 2 rings."
Is that really good Mexican? I heard it's good. Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah. You think the cart goes 60 miles an hour? No.
Which one?
This long.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, Shake Shack fries. I'm like, they're terrible. Terrible. Now I'm so hungry. You really gotta stop talking about food. And I know I brought the pizza up today. Those carts stink. They're not gonna get
I can run bodega and back under 10.
No chance.
My place to order a head. You're hot.
You think you're gonna ride a golf cart down the main road?
Are you gonna kill him with a golf cart?
Darien Mont's gonna run you over. In a Land Rover.
If you're in the bay,
Yeah.
if it's good in the bay, it's good anywhere.
I was invited to some lacrosse gathering, but it was on like Butler's Island or something, and I was like, oh, let me see what this is. Looked it up, and I was like, that's like on the water, so then that's where I looked up the house. I said to my roommate, I was like, look at this. Not really, but like,
This is the house. And I was like, oh my God.
it's like this upcoming Sunday. Yeah, that sounds like a responsible thing to do.
Darien about to close out. Yeah, that's 100%. Because we have these called these cameras here are called PTZs, so they're much older type than the GoPros, are kind of a newer type. What do you mean? Here?
Yeah.
Well, it is centered, but I guess that's because there's a chain I tried to
Now
drop
they're
out.
storing enough bait. Let's do that.
So what if I were to move it a little bit to the right?
You need to move to the left. Both the GoPros. It's just a big.
And it looks like doubles 2 is over with Darien winning the second set 6-2 and the match.
So that's Darien's third match win. One more and they take it, correct?
That is correct. And there's several matches there's 2 matches that have been on for a while, and we just had doubles 3 and singles 4 start recently, so Ridgefield has their back against the wall. They need to win singles 3 and doubles 1 to stay in this. But these are good matches.
Right now in singles 3, it's 4-1 in favor of Emmeline Wong. So a very close to win matchup for Darien.
It's perfect. We don't get the entire court.
Emine's going to want that one back. She set up the point perfectly, came in on it, and just didn't quite execute it net.
Update in singles 4. DeCastro leads O'Malley 2-1. We give a quick shout out to our production crew once again. Our director Braden Shank, on cameras are Jason Bellingham and TJ Boucher, our advisor Damian Andrew. Once again, I'm Ted Brennan alongside Dave Donnelly.
Go 3D.
Scoring update in the Wong Treat matchup. 5-2 now in favor of Wong. One more game and she'll win the set and the match. Doubles 4 is officially underway. That matchup, Cavanna and Johnson for Darien versus Ford and Zipkin for Ridgefield. So the matchup to watch here is the Treat Wong matchup.
Yep, Ava Treat is serving to stay in the match and keep Ridgefield's hopes alive.
Taking you live to that match. Up. I believe Treat is up 15-love right now.
That's correct.
This is a big set for both teams.
Well, it's just like in baseball. You don't want to make the last out. You don't want to be the. You want to try and avoid being that loss that tips the balance.
she'll have her work cut out for her as she's down 3 sets.
Oof. Outright winner, Emmeline just coming to net and taking care of that one. 15 all.
Doubles 3 wins their first game and their first set.
There's Emmeline. It's another strong forehand. 15-30. 2 points away for Darien.
This will push them, if they clinch this, it'll be 4-0 in matches, and it'll push them to the semifinals of the FCIAC tournament.
Emmeline has 2 match points.
With FCX winding down, states are right around the playoffs. The opening round takes place on Friday, May 28th, with the round of 16 on the 29th, quarterfinal matchups on June 1st, and then semifinals June 2nd, and the finals Thursday, June 3rd.
That is the match.
So Wang wins 6-2. And that will be Darien's 4th match win, which clinches the win today.
Interestingly enough, Ted, I did not know that Darien is a double L school for the girls, but only single L for the boys in tennis, or I guess in all the sports. So
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's correct.
So Darien will not, in the States, it could be a big opportunity on the boys' side, they will not face Staples, which has equal or more depth than Darien, which is a lucky break. But the girls are double L, and they may well see Staples later in the FCIAC, and they might see him in the States. And that's always a good matchup.
Darien right now leading 4-0. There are still 3 matches being played. Doubles 1 is still finishing up. 4-3 in favor of Darien. That one is a close one coming down the line. Doubles 3, Darien leads 1-love, and in singles 4, 2-1 in favor of the Wave.
Well, no, that word L on the boys' side and double L on the girls' side. Did you know that? I thought that was big information. It was coming up with it. Like coming back on the card tennis for the new path there, and it had a dimension. People walking by. I see your every time I'm here. I see your son walking here.
We got 3 doves.
win and chase out. We go down to the second quarter. There'd always be a back and forth. Rather annoying. Because they're really good.
We'll save our age.
Doubles 3. It's 2-1 in favor of Cavanna and Johnson. And in singles 4, 4-1 in favor of DeCastro. Still 4-3 on doubles 1. That's been a very long match between those 4 girls.
And one of the interesting things to point out is that coaching is allowed during these matches, and you will see, you don't see that at USTA. It's not permitted, like unless you split sets, but here the coach is able to give some advice, typically on changeovers.
Great rally going on. Court 4 and doubles 1. Between Holmes, Rolapp, and Zacharakis and Dunphy. Scoring update on doubles 1. Darien splits the games, so now it's 5-4, still in favor of the Wave. Rolapp will be serving to try to close that one out. That has gone on a very long time. That doubles 1 match is the only one of the original 4 still going on.
And Darien is now up 15-love, hoping to close it out pretty quickly, if they can. But Ridgefield has been giving them the business. 30 love.
2 points away from making this a 5-match to none.
Interestingly, on the boys' side, when they played the 15 seed last Friday, as soon as the boys won the 4th game, the match ended. Everything ended in progress, and I like to finish them off, so this is...
In singles 4, DeCastro takes the first set on O'Malley, as that was a beautiful shot from Rolap to make it 40 love, and she'll try to close this one out.
Triple match point. Nice cross-court passing shot.
Regardless of who wins this set, whether it be the last set or go to a third, it's been an incredible back and forth between this doubles one team of Caroline Holmes and Catherine Rolap against Alexis Zacharakis and Megan Dunphy. Still 2-1 in doubles 3. And
Nice shot, Ridgefield. Oh,
that one was called out.
oh, it was called out. So that's the match.
That's the match, an incredible match between those two teams. And Rolap and Holmes will walk away with the 2-set win. Make it 5-0 in favor of Darien with the matches. Darien proving why they are the #1 seed in the FCIAC tournament.
But listen, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the other cable. I'm not gonna recable it.
Dave.
Yeah.
Use the other one.
What's up?
Use the other PTZ.
Yeah. Good
That way
idea.
we can show it still.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah. Just show both of them.
Right now, taking a live look at courts 1 and 2, where it's in doubles 3, it's 3-2 in favor of Darien, and in singles 4, looks like they're gonna get started with this first game of set number 2. DeCastro winning that first 6-1.
Doubles too, both teams being very patient, looking for an opportunity. It was a tough day to backhand. High backhand. Ooh.
Looking at the Cavanna, Johnson, and Zipkin forward matchup. 3-2 in favor of Cavanna and Johnson.
And we were talking about free points earlier. Server just hit a body serve and just ate up her opponent. It was a really nice serve. Ooh. Now she touched it.
I do. I can only reposition it.
Sometimes I call you TJ Brody.
Oh, TJ Brody?
Yeah, he's calling that a lot.
How come the feed's kind of weird on that camera?
It's just the edits, I guess.
What do you think? Is that one good? That we put up ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that one's good. Yeah, no, absolutely.
I think next time we'll say the next point. Do you want to say next point update?
You have to.
Like, all you need is 5 down with that.
Let TJ do the next point update.
Sure.
He wants to do
Sure.
What do you want me to say? I'll tell you when we have the point update.
Sorry. So, Braden can tell you, I get very frazzled when things don't work the way they're supposed to. Braden, I think this GoPro is just, I think the battery is just completely fried on this.
Think so?
I think that was Eric Bellingham we were talking about.
Good point.
Was that Eric Bellingham today?
That was Eric.
I called him Jason.
That's it. I can never tell you.
Oh, in the woods.
They're great kids.
Did both tell them apart?
Not with their masks on.
I think they look completely different.
Beautiful overhead tee.
Thank you guys all for being here.
This is
We
great.
really
This is
appreciate
great.
it.
This
Giving
is great.
tennis a little love.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
love it.
This is great.
Do you guys have water? We have a lot of water there.
You want one? You want Patty? You want one? Braden? I'm good. Thank you. All right, I'm going to break in teach where you're doing that.
Yeah.
Braden, I'm breaking down the man.
Yeah. Sweet, actually.
Yeah.
Your coworkers like, what are you talking
I
about?
did say, Joe, how
Give
does
the
this
point update, and then I'll
Tell me
mute
to-
you, and then I'll come back on the update. You're gonna do what?
How is the great Joe King doing?
I'm gonna
No, that
open
Joe
the
King.
mic.
What?
Joe Michael.
You're gonna say
Cousin
this,
that I work with.
and then we'll mute you.
Joe King.
I work daily with Joe King.
On doubles 3, Cavanna and Johnson still lead 3 games to 2 in set 1. In singles 4, DeCastro leads O'Malley 2-1 in set 2.
Shout out TJ Boucher for getting on the mic. His first time on the mic. And Dave, what you got for us?
No, it's just matches are going along. Darien continues to maintain leads in both of these matches, and just pointing out that when you play because Darien has 5 courts and there's 2 matches that start later until courts open up, it's a different kind of vibe because both teams, especially when the matches are close, kind of rally around and cheer on their teammates, and it's a really kind of fun vibe. But it only comes about at the end of the match as you start as all the rest of them start finishing up and everyone focuses on 1 or 2. And there's some people who enjoy the limelight and like being the focus, and there's some you can tell do not. So it's always an interesting dynamic when you have all the eyes on you.
Cavanna and Johnson now lead 4-3.
See you, T. Hey, T. Hey, T.
What's the deal about
Tell your dad what I said.
rotate them?
Pay me in that, you'll have me forever.
Just go in.
Show me a little ID card.
Exactly. Celebrities get it. Yeah, they do.
They do. Yeah.
Look up Lindsay Lohan and Carver. That's all you need to look up.
Some NHL goalie who used to play for the Senators, he put the Hamburglar on his mask, and McDonald's gave him a lifetime. They give him he still has a little card that says McDonald's lifetime supply. J. Cole is playing basketball, like professional basketball right now. J. Cole.
How did the baseball team do?
They probably lost. They suck.
Holy fuck.
They're playing Staples. They got no heat the last time they played Staples.
Cunningham's pitching today. Holy. What is Staples playing for? Like, what?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't put more miles on an arm. I might have my starter pitch to an inning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew Hammond, manager of Ottawa Senators goaltender. He's best known for his Hamburglar nickname. He put it on his bowler mask. Received free McDonald's for life.
Braden's not buying that.
There's a whole Bleacher Report article on it, bro.
I've heard like for celebrities, certain chains are gift cards. But why you don't hear about it is because most don't abuse it, but some occasionally do.
Honestly,
Like, let me go into Pizza Hut 10 times this month and make hugely negative publicity. Or, one case gave it to a family member who started abusing it. And then it's a slippery slope.
In doubles 3, Johnson and Cavanna take the first set. And in singles 4, DeCastro leads 3-2 in the second set. So we're winding down here on the DAF Media Network. Of course, right now, Darien 5-0 in matches. They have clinched the win, and they will move on to face the winner.
That's a really good get.
Well, keep him like 7 and
They have to keep him on seat long, and they have this
That's pretty dominant.
They have Kennedy, who is, should I bring that up for anybody who's wondering, Darien baseball team lost 4-0.
Damn, good call.
Darien got no hit again.
I know. But some Kate, the athletic trainer, just told me. She goes, "One of the boys only lost 4-0. They got no hit."
They just can't seem to win against. You can't seem to get a hit against Staples.
Cunningham went 5 innings, but
Oh, he pitched.
yeah, he went 5 innings.
How many you give up?
He had 2 ERA, so what's that?
It's not bad.
Well, he left in the 5th inning. He would be only 1 then.
I will say this. I don't know, Braden and Ted, how you feel, but this was really, to me, this was really cool setup.
I feel like it would be better than watching Darien get no hit. Bring that up on the.
Good beauty, Hannah.
Second time.
That's the way to take over, Hannah.
Braden would find out, son Ted would find out.
Way to call, way to call.
In an hour.
It's a 6 right now?
Yeah, it's 6-7. In an hour if it wins.
Is it online?
Yeah.
Is it like a
Zoom link.
You want it, Braden?
Yeah, what is it?
I'll email it to you.
I am going to do other stuff, so Damien will call me.
Can you email it to me?
I'm going to email it to you right now. Well, not right now, but I'll email it to you.
Ooh, good.
Get a whole watch party in my
Good
place.
point. Good point.
Damien told me the last time we won, and he's
We
like,
would be there, Ted. You want to?
we would?
Yeah, if it wasn't for COVID.
Ah.
It's like a ceremony.
Oh, wow.
But the last 2 years they haven't had it.
Where do we submit?
Winter wrap, and then the New Canaan Darien hockey game. Girls hockey. I was coloring on it.
See what you did.
shot, cease. Beautiful ball.
Don't they change on odd numbers? Like always like an odd number, so how is it 42? Or they just... they probably change it in between. It feels weird for it to be 42. Because normally it's like 4-1 or 4-3.
Well, but you have to take the first set.
I'll give another score update.
Singles 4. De Castro leads O'Malley at 4-2. And in doubles 3, Johnson and Cavana take game 1 of the second set.
So many games my freshman year, because my freshman year it was not, we didn't have any of this. It was like a laptop and one camera. So, and we had a different broadcasting program, and it was terrible to use. So, any of my freshman year games. Worst, Dave asked us, what is the worst game you've done technology-wise? Something just went totally awry.
First year.
Yes, sir.
We didn't get up until about halftime. And there was a myriad of issues. I thought this was just the one program.
You could say the West Hill game this year, West Hill boys soccer, they missed the first. Missed first 3 goals.
Staples growth across.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only
They
bad.
kept spring showers, kept picking up and swinging out. So it's like 10 minutes in the game we finally got on.
New Canaan boys volleyball, New Canaan Darien boys volleyball this year.
No sound.
In the biggest game of the year between the two.
I was watching some of the things today. I love what is typically said, and I watched that. I'm like, why is there no sound?
Yeah, we had 2 things open.
That's funny.
Not West Hill softball. It was Greenwich soccer versus Darien, and you guys like missed the first goal. I remember getting a text from my buddy. Yeah, that was his past fall. Because my buddy was the captain this year, and he was like, "Yo, do you have access?"
Oh yeah, you're a good friend.
Yeah, he was like, "Do you have access to this?" I was like, "I wasn't there, but."
Was that the game the laptop died and no one knew what happened?
Dave,
I remember that. It was in the press box here at the field house.
for
I thought
over
it started at 4. It started at 7.
450 that we've done in 4 years,
There's only a handful that stick out.
less than 20 have been, where we've had, and less than 10 where we've had, probably even less than 5 where we've had real debacles. This was not a debacle, it was just
It's an information overload.
an ad lib.
Oh, that's where she goes.
It's kind of hard. I'm watching different matches. Some of them are on screen, some aren't. And you see a great shot, I'm like, great shot. It's not what's on the screen.
Yeah, right.
Good red zone host then.
Well, but at some point it was so bright I couldn't tell if that's doubles 2 or 3.
I mean, in a perfect world, we would concentrate on one match.
Yeah.
And then just have like another camera. But you can't really do that when they're all playing at the same time. Or 5 of the 7 are playing at the same
Right.
time.
Dude, his game against Williams. It was disgusting.
You didn't drive?
Toyota minivan?
My sisters needed the car tonight. What about if I drive to my house in your car with you in the car and then we'll switch?
Toyota minivan?
Yeah.
That's got basically it's broken down already.
Try 300,000 Ford Explorer 2003.
Front windows don't work. The AC doesn't work on it. Sunroof can't shut.
Sunroof. AC and heat, you have to like open up the socket and it's like a door. We have an exposed wire in the back windshield doesn't work. It's broken down a couple of times.
By the way, you usually don't see this column when the matches are over because you know it's too. Yeah.
Yeah, Braden.
I can't say that we're watching tennis with more matches going on than once.
I mean, if it's in progress, but because if you see the scores, you know what's set date.
Yeah.
Disappointed, right?
It's not subtle.
Being the last match is just like everybody watching you. I feel like that would suck.
Yep.
There we go.
It's just.
Is that right? That's right tennis for you there? But the ones in progress you see the other ones.
Yep.
Braden.
Never. I think I've watched maybe one tennis match in my life.
I can't watch tennis. Like this is astounding to me when I just she had it and she just
Yeah, we came off hard last night because they were going to use graphics basically. Like they were terrible. You have no clue what was going on.
That's funny
no,
because he told me. Oh, I got one. Thank you. But he told me. He said that squash.
this was supposed to be
He said you don't know anything.
This one
It's 0-0.
Well, we had the match total like 4-0.
Yeah.
And we had the game total of the.
Now you got an
So
extra
we
water.
literally spent an hour last night watching other high school broadcasts. And he's like pointing stuff out. He's like, "Hey, you gotta do that."
He's been doing this in Tennessee.
Not on YouTube. It's not like this. He has like an iPhone. So. Except for sports other than like the big ones, like softball, whatever you do here, like this is all first alive.
Every year before the turn.
This is an impressive first try. The easier. It almost seems more interesting if you had people watching.
It's a step in the right direction.
But then you still have other
Step in the right
matches
direction
like.
is even if you don't do a ton of matches, you can get like an evening match.
Yeah, like the ones that suddenly
You now know how to do it.
We basically have 5 different live streams. We kind of have one master we cut between them.
I watched Cars today.
What?
I watched Cars and AV Snap today. It's pretty dope. Because we're done. So like, we're just watching movies.
Go to school?
Yeah, I know, it's terrible. Like why, like, what is the point of my teacher showing us movies?
You all see yourself?
Yes.
So why am I selling parking passes for the juniors?
Next week.
Next week you have
No, I have internships.
Then I keep the score up.
Next week I have to deal
we
with
should
Damien.
probably lighten that.
Yeah, not a little bit, yeah.
David, aren't you excited for next week internship? You get to deal with me, Trey, Mackenzie, and Sarah. We're gonna kill each other. Nah, me and Trey. Me and you.
How many girls are there?
3 as of right now, right?
Oh no, we got
Mackenzie, Sarah, DeMar,
and Sophie.
and Sophie 4, which is the highest we've had. Yeah, it's the highest we've had. It is a bit of a dude's club though.
Change that.
Try to get my sister involved. She just
That's a good.
Not gonna matter.
She just cut off my call. When you do it on serve coaching, like sometimes the person runs over because most serves come out cross court for the server. So if you're quick and you do it right, but you leave the alley open. The match, score update.
I guess that's the match. Favor of Darien.
Scoring update. DeCastro defeats O'Malley. Make that 6 matches for Darien. And we're down to our final match of the evening. It's Cavanna and Johnson against Ford and Zipkin.
was up 2-1 in the second set after winning the first.
Let's go 3D!
An incredible day that we've seen on both sides. Saw some great matches being played. And the match numbers really don't tell the whole story of how close some of these sets were, especially that doubles one match that we saw between Holmes, Rolap, and Zacharakis Dunphy.
Yeah, it's a good point. Darien jumped out in the doubles one match too. I believe was it a 5-1 lead?
I think it was 5-1 or 5-0, something like that.
And Ridgefield came back and made it a much more interesting set. But they ultimately lost that one 6-4, 6-4. And now all eyes are on this remaining match. So that, as I said, there's a little bit of pressure when you're one of the remaining ones, but there's a lot more when you're the only match. And that ball ate up the Ridgefield player.
Yeah, you were rolling with Wong, so I was like, I'll just roll with it. Like, he probably knows better than I do.
I know my daughter. Isn't mine a one?
Saying laying on the air, it just sounds weird.
Yeah.
Shot.
There's one over there, the blue one. That's the blue thing.
You guys have any trash?
No good.
Ocho, because we've got tennis here, rugby on Friday, golf on Monday, a concert somewhere in between.
How do you do a concert?
I think we're doing some senior recitals, so it's inside, set a camera up, just fade in between shots.
Pretty soon you'll be covering fire drills.
Yeah. Golfers, they don't tell you to move. They tell you to stay put during the fire.
Really?
Or during a fire drill, at least. They don't want the hallways getting all flooded. I don't know how safe that is. You enjoyed the tennis season here so far?
Yeah, it's always more enjoyable when you're new.
Montero.
Between the two teams, they're 30-2.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's really great. He's like starstruck.
So we're doing a boys match for first. That's good. What do you do with that? State quarters?
That would be, yeah, that would probably be, well, States is 16, so that would be state quarter.
So they usually take 16 or just based on winning a certain amount of games?
That's a good, I mean, my understanding is they take 16 in each of the classes. I just don't know how exactly. Winning percentage?
Because I know for many sports it's like a threshold. Like if you win 40% of your games, you get in.
Well, but there's states for the teams and then there's states for the individuals.
Oh.
Luck the rest
Oh,
of the season.
thank you.
Who you got next? Ludlow or someone in the middle, West Hill? I think it's likely to be Wilton. We have a nice team, but nothing compared to you guys. They knocked Darien out 2 years ago. FCIAC, we beat them regular season. those things happen. I remember the 2 years the Darien forfeited. You were living here then?
I didn't know anything about it.
Once, okay, somebody made a mistake. Twice. Come on.
I think it was like maybe it was like
The one you have the edit?
Whatever they didn't know, that was their fault for not, inexcusable after having it happen once. You check everything, where everything the kid does, no matter what beforehand. They tell you what they're doing.
Email me that link. Were you going to join that?
Hold on.
well, during the season.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because,
Sure.
Change anything.
What?
Yeah, I think
the whole summer, June, July, August. We had a coach in Chicago, St. Charles, Coach J. But he said that unless you play USTA, you might as well even try out for the team. Well, they nothing, but that was the level of
I'll take you in the big groups. I'll take you in the big groups. One more set.
Guess what? It's fine. But that's what and that's the level of development they're going to have. Well, they play like she played it. Yes, she does. She's freshman. Yeah, we're very pleased. She was a walker. Did not know she had moved to town. As a coach, you pray and hope. Every coach in every sport hopes they get one blue chip every year. Well, good luck for the rest of the season. Nice meeting you. Be well.
See you around? Yep. Concert tomorrow, and I don't want to play.
You heading up to the game and doing the game with Ian?
No. No, Damien tried to do that. Tried to get that. And he tried to, I'm like, no, I have a concert that I have to prepare for. I'm not even, I'm going like towards the end, which is annoying. And I'm playing by myself, which is something I never do.
What does it do with you? Is he considering baseball? Or is tennis kind of a clean choice?
Yes.
Did
True. They were the real. That's a cool idea.
I better win all of them.
I think they'll be good.
all three trophies. I'll pull up the
Update on the Johnson-Cavanna and Ford Zipkin match. 5-2 in favor of Johnson and Cavanna.
By the way, we had over 20 views. Over 20. We did. That's pretty good. The real advertising money is in the replay.
Replays today.
I love the hockey, the instant replay.
Well, we had the second monitor working.
Yeah, that's a little disconcerting too. Is it GoPro and that monitor?
Yeah, it's fine. Well, did we intentionally? I think I intentionally unplugged it. Didn't want to deal with it coming in and out. But still, it was.
Listen, it was a really good first effort for tennis. But the name gets naturally, it's visually appealing with the way we did it, the cameras.
Could have been
It's similar to squash.
Could have been much worse.
So, but if you're a live spectator, you can watch
Show something for all the final graphics up.
I don't really want to go through every score. I'll just say Darien, clean sweep 7-0. I'd rather not go through all the scores, but I just want to end it as quickly as possible because I want to
No, absolutely.
because you're my ride. I will get myself a ride in your car.
I don't think we can make it there.
Text my dad.
Really?
I swear to my sister, it's gonna be hell.
Are you going to say something, Ted?
Yeah, I'm just texting my parents.
So that'll do it here on the DAF Media Network. Cavanna and Johnson complete the clean sweep. 7-0. That final set 6-2 over Ford and Zipkin. And Dave, what are your final thoughts on this game?
You know, it was Darien, won 7-0, but there was some good tennis out here. Ridgefield played pretty well. There were some good, really tight matches in here, and it's just, this is an amazing effort, all the setup and the graphics and all that. So this is, for the sport of tennis, one of the reasons it might not get its due is just, people don't broadcast tennis matches, and this was fun to watch, and just kudos to you guys for pulling this together. I mean, this screen is amazing. So
I'll give one final shout out to our production crew today. Braden Shank on directing. We had Eric Bellingham and TJ Boucher on our cameras. And Dave Donnelly with me today. As I'm Ted Brennan, signing off for the DAF Media Network.